What's up guys, SDCC Collector back with another Star Wars figure review. This time it is the San Diego Comic-Con 2009 or 2010 exclusive Darth Maul, Cyborg Darth Maul from that 2-pack. Came with Owen Lars as well. So I did pick up that figure loose because I do have it mock as well. One of the only Star Wars figures I'm keeping in box for the, well, don't need to open it now, I have a loose one. So absolutely awesome figure. Very happy I picked this guy up for my Expanded Universe collection, now that I feel like the Expanded Universe figures prices have all been going up. So overall, straight up, I just got to say this is an absolutely awesome figure. Definitely I'm going to say my top 5 favorite Expanded Universe figures in my collection now. Darth Nil and stuff like that are in there as well, so very damn cool figure. So let me get into the details of this guy now. And he just looks like an absolute savage. Just a crazy, anger-ridden beast. And that is shown very well in this head sculpt here. Looks like he's snarling, and those overgrown horns just look absolutely amazing. Those yellow eyes and disgusting yellow teeth as well. It's a nice sort of weathering look on the horns there. I think that looks really cool. Now, one thing that I think could be a little bit better, the one that I have in pack looks like the tattoos have been applied a lot thicker. This one I got loose, but it was still in the plastic clam shell, so it was still a brand new figure. It just had been cut away to be sold separately and whatever. But you can sort of tell the tattoos aren't very, they're not applied too thick. They're a little bit, you can see the red through them, especially up the top there. They're pretty good in the middle, but yeah, definitely up the top there it's getting a little bit choppy. But you know what, not the biggest deal, especially when he's just going to be chilling in a big group of figures. Still look pretty damn great. So take the lightsaber away for a second and give you another look at the rest of the figure, the Robotic Legs. Well, firstly, as I always do, I like the gauntlets. Well, not really gauntlets, just I like where they've sort of wrapped, the arms wrapped up, and looks pretty damn cool. So I like that a lot. And yeah, now onto the really beast Robotic Legs. So there is 2 versions of this figure. Well, not of this exact one. There is a Clone Wars one and this more Expanded Universe version before the Clone Wars was even out. Yeah, this was definitely out before the Clone Wars was. Well, the Darth Maul had returned in the Clone Wars, and this is definitely the better figure. I do have that one on the side here. I'll show you a comparison soon. But yeah, these look so beast. He's got like the 3 toes, which I prefer more than the crossed 4 toes that the Clone Wars one has. I'll show that. Like I said, it's got the toes at the back there, and it'd be cool if it had articulation point here, but it's got the articulation ball jointed there, ball jointed in the knees, and ball jointed in the hip up there as well. So I think this looks really damn cool. I like it a lot. Alright, so I'll show you a quick side-by-side. No, gotta show you the lightsaber first, that's right. So this is probably one of the coolest lightsabers you can get on a Star Wars figure. It looks absolutely beast mode. Let me just turn that around there. There you go. Now it looks. You got to have these. They sort of bend in a certain way, and they got to sit in there. So yeah, that looks good. So they are removable, and you do have the hilt there, which looks really cool. Nice detail. See the little ridges in there. Of course, yeah, removable on the other side as well. And yeah, you can see it's slightly bent almost, and it fits a bit better if you put the bend going against the back of the hilt there, it sort of straightens the lightsaber out a little bit. No, I don't think they have that in there right. Yeah, now it looks a lot straighter. So yeah, definitely dig this lightsaber handle. It is fantastic. Fits nicely in his hand. And yes, I'll show you a comparison between the Clone Wars one and this one. And why I prefer the SDCC one. First, the Clone Wars one is not really in scale. His legs are just way too big. Like height wise, he's just he's huge, he's way too big. He's actually taller than Savage, like armored Savage figure. And the feet, I don't like the crosses on the feet as much as I like the chicken toes. And what else was there? There was a big difference. Yeah, the hips on this guy can rotate out and move so it looks straight. This one, when you rotate them, it rotates at an angle like this, and you can't really get a good running pose or anything, so all you can really get is a vanilla standing pose out of him. Of course, this one has a bunch more articulation. He rotates at the waist. This one doesn't. This one has no articulation in the wrist. This one has all, like from up, it's all perfect Hasbro articulation. This one, it's when they started doing the cuts. So yeah, so no wrist and no waist. And yeah, he's got the normal shoulders, obviously, no swivel there, and ball jointed head. It's just really whack articulation in this guy's hips, as opposed to this guy's, which is just far superior. But yeah, the legs, and you have to see how the legs on this one, they look like I guess as normal as you can get them to look. This one there have to come down on a really low angle for him not to be, again, just way too tall. I had to move him down. This guy could almost pass for a 6-inch figure. It's just pretty insane. But yeah, definitely prefer this guy over the Clone Wars counterpart. So there you have the SDCC Maul running, looking really damn cool, like he does in the comic when he's sprinting at Owen Lars. So you can get him in a really good running pose. It took me a whole 15 seconds to get him like that. And now I've been playing around with this one here for the last minute or so, and this is honestly the best running pose I can manage to get him in. It is just a really weird figure to pose, especially with the lack of that waist joint. You can't rotate his body around, and these hips are just absolutely impossible to work with. So yeah, and his legs they just look stupid, man. They're just way too long. So yeah, definitely the much better figure here. So yeah, that's my review of the I guess it was a bit of a comparison as well. So that was my review of the Darth Mauls, both of them, I guess, the Cyborg Darth Mauls. Mainly the SDCC one was the main focus, but I definitely suggest spending the extra money and picking up this guy as opposed to this guy, or just pick them up both. I guess I did. So this guy will just be standing normally. They both will be anyway. So I might take some photos with this guy, do some cool little, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, this guy's just going to be standing in a vanilla pose for the rest of his life, because there's really not much I can do with him. I'm half surprised he's even holding that pose from how much weight is on that little peg from those stupid long legs. But anyway guys, get this guy out of the way. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.